Hi, my name is Sylvia Blanco, and I want to talk to you a little bit about our social work program here at the Sarasota-Manatee campus. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I've been working here teaching social work classes mostly for the last 10 years or so. Social work represents the largest group of behavioral health practitioners in the United States. Our primary focus is the mental, emotional, and behavioral well-being of individuals. We are guided by values, ethics, and we strive to promote social and economic justice for all populations. We work with all kinds of individuals, diverse populations, vulnerable, and also underserved populations. As social workers, we view the individuals we treat from a very holistic ecosystems paradigm. We also use the strength-based and also psychodynamic. We focus on research, and I just want to say a little bit about the ecosystems model. The ecosystems model guides all of the principles and the theory that we teach, meaning that an individual is not just looked at as an individual, but it is how the individual is impacted by their family of origin, by their peers, by the school they attend, by what's going on environmentally in their world. They're also impacted by their culture and all of the historical factors that make a person a person. Social work is a state-regulated profession, and it is guided by state law and regulations. As a matter of fact, the Council of Social Work Education, which is CSWE, aims to promote and strengthen the quality of social work education through participating social work professionals by providing leadership. CSWE sets and maintains policy and standards. Along with CSWE, we are also under the National Association for Social Work, which is called the NASW. The role of NASW is to set standards consistent and also for competent practice within the social work profession. According to the Health Guide's Career Social Work Jobs Outlook, social work is expected to grow faster than average occupations throughout 2018. The social work profession is expected to grow by 16%, and that's pretty significant, during the decade of 2008 to 2018. Okay, what is it that we are going to be doing here? We are going to be continuing our MSW program. We have one in existence which is ending in December, so we are starting up a new cohort of interested students in January. So the way that will go, a cohort, by the way, means that everyone that starts together, hopefully they do all their classwork together and they graduate as a group. It takes 7 semesters, so these 7 semesters run all year through. It's not just from spring and leaving the summer out, it goes through the summer. What happens in a cohort is that individuals are admitted with a bachelor's degree. It doesn't have to be a bachelor's degree in social work. If the individual has a degree in social work, they will be, if they pass all the criteria, admitting criteria, they will then be exempt from taking the first course. So they will join their cohort in the second course. Okay, so it runs through 7 semesters, and we are offering this program part-time here in Sarasota. We are cognizant of the fact that most folks that want to get a higher degree work Monday through Friday. So the cohort that we are offering runs in the evening. We will probably hold classes Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays that very first semester. It may deviate a little bit after that, but that's mostly what we're going to be doing. The second semester, we offer 2 courses. So I think basically the first semester is the toughest. By the time students get to the third semester, hopefully they are ready for what we called field practice. And that is very exciting because that is where students get to apply what they're learning theory-wise. All of the courses that they've gotten here through us will be put into practice. So basically, I'd like to say that's where the rubber meets the road, because students will then be placed in a practicum, which will probably be a mental health facility. And we meet with the students, and that probably, I'm sure, will be me. I will meet with the students and try to figure out what their interests are and what they are wanting to learn. I want to say there's some caveats with that, because some students are already working in the field. And for those students that are working in the field, if they are fortunate enough that their field where they work says, we would like to have you as a student, we make every effort to accommodate that. However, the student must know that they have to be in a different department. They cannot be working, learning for the school as they're working towards their job for a living. So it's not really complicated, and we help students with that. I personally like to tell students that if they know a certain field very, very well, as a student, it would be better to learn another field, so that gives them more tools for their toolbox, their repertoire. I don't know if I spoke much about NASW, the National Association of Social Work, but the National Association of Social Works has a big role for us. It sets the standards for consistent and competent practice within the social work profession. Some of the jobs that we are involved in clinical social work, once you get an MSW degree, would be, it's very varied, very exciting. You could work as a community mental health professional. You could work in hospitals, you can work in substance abuse treatments, domestic violence, child welfare centers, schools, universities, hospice, government, aging services. That seems to be very big, particularly here where we live in Sarasota. There's also research, private practice, EAP, employee assistance programs. I'm sure I'm leaving some placements out, or places where we could work, but it is a very varied, very value-ridden, worthy profession. As far as how do you do the part-time program, mostly, as I say, most people work, and we try to help you, find the ability to be able to come to classes. Once field classes commence, which would be the third semester, that would mean you only have 2 classes to take, but then in addition you have the field responsibility, which means that you have to have 12 hours of field in a community health center that has an MSW or an LCSW, meaning a licensed clinical social worker, that will meet with the individual, will meet with you, the prospective student, for 1 hour per week. And there you will talk about cases and anything that comes up, in an ethical, manner or countertransference issues. And this is all information that will be covered in the theory. So we are very concerned with social justice, dignity and worth of the person, importance of human relations, service, integrity, and competence. I think I've covered it all. I did want to say a few words about the expectations for getting into the program. I know that you have to have 3 letters of reference, perhaps from professors or maybe one from a boss where you work. You have to have the GRE taken within the last 5 years. You have to have a personal statement for social work, and you have to have, references and the letters of references. I think I've covered it all. We have a deadline of October 15th, so I would urge you to, apply and do it as soon as possible.